Good morning and welcome to SRTV morning show. As usual, the Chris is here. I'm all the way from London today, and thank God it's Friday. And as usual, my guys, my strong ladies are there. They will be joining us. I know Mary is already settled in Abuja. She's always punctual, and Abuja seems to have a better network. For network reasons, Benin is struggling at the moment, but we need to hear a lot from Benin today. And Delta will be joining us. So today we'll be looking at the newspaper review and see what is currently happening all the way from Abuja, the way they're talking about the food crisis. They don't seem to have so much trouble in Abuja. It's about petrol and food crisis. But in Benin, we have all the drama from all the governorship primaries. We saw the APC and the PDP. We can't wait to unfold that. And then in Delta State, unfortunately, it's chaos. Apparently, the governor of Delta State decided to move some campuses or some of the faculties from Ozoro, which is a part very close to his own community, and move it to his own personal community, and that is causing chaos. And another angle to look at in Delta State is the cultism is still there, it's much alive. We can see that issue at Ogwashuku Poly today. All these things we're going to show you and we're going to share with you. And the Senate as well. They're clapping for themselves because they just granted the Southwest Development Commission. I don't know whether Southwest is actually a deprived area, but like they said, it's very good. One part development in one part of the country is equal to the other. But I wonder if Southwest have not really gotten their own share of the national cake. It's so easy to say things, but I mean, he who feels it knows it all. And all that will be part of our discussion today. I'm sure that a couple of people will be joining us on the show. Labour, we wanted to talk to Labour on what is going on, if they have been able to resolve their issue with their brothers, the TUC, and they're going on strike or not. All those things are, and we want to hear from them what Labour is really doing for us. It's very important. And for those of you that don't know, this is the platform for the international community. I don't broadcast from Nigeria alone. We broadcast all the way from London, and most of our viewers are around the world. You may not see them just physically as you see, but they do watch the show. So thank you very much for joining the show. Let's quickly see what Mary has to do. Mary, you're on red today. Wow. How are you? We're going to get you married soon. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning from Abuja.
Yeah, how is Abuja?
Abuja is fine.
Yes, you guys there seems to be a little bit more peace in Abuja because we can't complain because all you people cry is just petrol and food. Yeah. Unlike Benin, who have their own election to handle and the killings and the fightings and all the chaos in Delta. Hopefully we'll get somebody to report to us from Lagos very soon. So you are good in Abuja, right?
Yes, you are good. At least woke up with a cold morning. And it's better compared to the hot weather all this while we'll be experiencing.
Oh, today is cold.
Yeah, it's cold. Like it's very, very cold.
So I cannot believe that people in Nigeria want it cold or want it warm or want it out. Okay, see what I'm saying? Maybe we'll have an electricity challenge or something happened to Mary. So this is what we'll go through. Like I said, it's newspaper review. We're going to quickly look at the newspaper once Mary is back. Now we're waiting for my people to join me. Don't worry, they always have these network challenges, but at the end, we do it right. And yes, so what we do here, what do we do? What is the newspaper review? What is this show all about? This is a show where we look at what is happening in the dailies. And it's quite interesting because today is the 23rd, and a lot is happening. We have about 15 newspapers on the pipeline to look at. Let me put Mary down. She's still stealing. She's trying to sort herself. So let's get Mary out of the way. Yeah. Once she's ready, we'll bring Mary back. She's trying. She's the only one in the studio. So we all have to work. And all the people in Abuja, they've gone to shoot movies. So the poor lady is there alone. So she's a technician. That is how good it is. Anyway, like I said, today's daily we'll be looking at what is happening, what are the headlines. Mary will run that with me. And I will be sharing the videos of what happened at the Senate. That I quite find interesting. That's a debate. That's an interesting debate. Now, because we have the Delta, is it the Delta State? Is it no, not Delta? Is the South Development Commission, which is the what do you call them? They've been making a lot of money. They've been spending a lot of money in that commission to develop the area, although we've not seen their real impact. All they have successfully done so far is maybe build schools, build campuses in private schools, those of the politicians. That's where they go and plant them. You see, we are here to see the impact of NDDC. That will be something we're going to look at carefully on this show. But I need to pick on the right guest to come to talk about that. Now, obviously they're not going to say, hey, where's our own? Because it's about the national cake. Now, a Yoruba man is president. They are now trying to skate through immediately the Southwest Development Commission. You see, this is the problem in the country. We are in a difficult time. This is a time where we should be thinking of how to get out of debt. All we're thinking about is how to develop a portion of the country because my brother is president. And because I cannot be president, that's what I said. Does Nigeria really belong to every one of us? Because those of us who are a minority, I'm an honorable man, and it's going to take an act of God for an honorable man to be president because we don't have the majority to vote. And sometimes we don't even have a state. And we contribute a lot. We produce oil. We have nothing to show for it. Today, we'll be witnessing, the Senate is enjoying their praising themselves for all the good things they've done. But we'll come to that. I think that is a topic I shouldn't be discussing. I will allow them to discuss it themselves. Okay. I can see my ladies, they are here. Mary is back. And it's like Princess has joined all the way from Delta. Princess, are you there?
Good morning, sir.
We can hear your voice for the first time, but unfortunately, we cannot see you. Your video is not moving, but keep it there. It's better to have you anyway than not to have you at all. How is Delta?
Fine, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yes, we are happy finally to have you back, and we are excited to have you back. Mary, you are glowing. Princess is struggling in Delta State with her network, but she's looking good as well. We're hoping that we'll have Princess from Edo to join us shortly. It's all about network now, so we're just going to quickly. But for us to be able to meet up the work of today, I'm going to jump in quickly to the newspaper review. So, and I'm going to start with you, Mary. Let us quickly go on, and I'm going to just punch on it as usual. I think we should start with the punch. All right. Okay, let's quickly go to punch. Now, punch.
Okay, here the big headline says Palava. Governor Stako Akpabio denied receiving federal government $1 trillion lifetime.
There's this noise. I don't know where it's coming from. It's going to be made from Princess. Adjust yourself. Thank you. Go on, Mary.
Okay, and the writer says NGF says $1 trillion rainfall untrue. Lagos or Benue, Katsina, Zamfara denied receiving 30 billion naira each. Drugs looted in Niger. Police warns against a rally. Lagos will roll out relief. And you can find the story on page 2, page 6, 16, and 31 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have a story at the top that says Tinubu appoints new AMCON CEO agencies, get 13 directors. You can find that story on page 23 of the Punch newspaper. Punch novelty match, Ekpo Agali urge fans to watch beautiful football. You can find that story on page 46 of the Punch newspaper. Edo Igodalo, a match PDP candidate, Shaibu wins parallel primary. I find that story on page 14.
Princess, can we sort your audio, Princess? There's a little bit of noise coming from your end, Princess. Yes. All right.
And then there's a story that says federal government plans cooking gas export bound to cash price. You can find the story on page 24 of the Punch newspaper. Ibadan Disco disconnects UCD over 500 million naira debt. You can find that story on page 10 of the Punch newspaper. And here there's a story that says manufacturing orders suffer as GDP slow to 3-year low. You can find that story on page 23 of the Punch newspaper. And here there's a story that says military, police, NEMA conduct search, rescue drill in rivers. You can find that story on page 6 of the Punch newspaper. And you can see pictures of the military people in rivers.
What are they doing there?
Okay, the story says they rescued 3 in rivers.
They see people are still drowning in rivers.
Sure.
Oh my God. It's good to see that we are, well, at least we are responding. But what is Akpabio denying? Because governors tackles Akpabio deny
Well, look what
receiving.
we talked about yesterday. The money they said they gave to governors.
Yes, yesterday it's quite interesting because yesterday there was this accusation from the Senate saying that a particular amount of money, about 30 billion, that every state received 30 billion naira.
Yeah.
Are the governors denying it? Are they saying it's not true? Have they not received any money?
They said it's not true, untrue. That's the story I'm getting. And they deny receiving
All
the
right.
money.
I'm sure the Senate will come back to it. I don't see how the Senate will just get up and begin to deliberate on that
But at this
sensitive.
point, we don't even know who to believe right now. A lot.
But the governors cannot deny this because even if they're saying that they didn't receive that money, the point is since the oil subsidy has been removed, there is more money coming to the federation because no money is going towards oil subsidy anymore, meaning more money in the pockets of the government because we're no more subsidizing fuel. What that means is we're not anymore, and such more money now goes to the state. The question is still, we heard you all you're going to say. The question is, how well have you people used that money? We are in crisis. We never see one changes in the governance because we are lucky to have this. That's not the case. Okay, Princess is trying to reach me. There's a lot of images here. Okay, maybe I didn't send the link to this woman. Sorry that I did. 1 minute, I need to send link to Edo. How can apparently I sent the same link to Princess yesterday. That's why she's able to join. Let me send to Edo. That's why Edo is not with us. What a disaster! Sorry, guys. Let me do that quickly. Okay. So the situation is what it is. We're going to quickly go to the next newspaper. But what you're telling us now, Mary, is quite scary. You're saying that the governors are denying the money they receive. Okay. Oh.
Yes. You can see the list of states here saying they didn't receive any 30 billion naira each. Okay, let's check the next newspaper, which is
yeah, we need to move fast because we have a lot to cover today. All right, and yes, quickly, Mary, so that I'm still on the same page with you. I'm a little bit distracted, but it's all good.
okay.
Let's quickly.
Let me check the Guardian.
All right, the Guardian.
The Guardian newspapers.
Is it the Guardian or the Vanguard?
You said?
Is it Vanguard or Guardian?
Guardian.
Okay.
The Guardian newspaper.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. The big story says 15 years of insurgency. Tales of woe to survivors. Joy for repentant terrorists. You can find that story on page 4 and 5 of the Guardian newspaper. There's a story at the left top that says, "Furrow over Tinubu's 13 billion naira to governors." That story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. And at the middle left, we have Senate reps pass Southeast Development Commission bill.
You're welcome,
Princess. On page 24 of the Guardian newspaper. And here there's a story that says, "Fresh warriors for Naira as FAAC shares 1.149 billion naira to federal government, state, local government areas." You can find that story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. PDP factions produce Shaibu Igado for Edo Guba Pool. You can find that story on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Hardship, Sanwo-Olu announces 25% slash in fares, other palliatives. You can find that story on page 11 of the Guardian newspaper. Take steps to avert planned protests. Afenifere tells Tinubu, Labour, others. You can find that story on page 11 of the Guardian newspaper. And I think these are all the stories we have this morning on the Guardian.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, Princess. We're happy to have you on board, but the sound from your end is a little okay. Now it's calm. We'll be happy to go with it as it is. You're welcome. So I will see if Princess can join the conversation at some point. Can you hear us, Princess?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we are cool with your voice. If your network is not moving as fast as it's supposed to be. So we wouldn't mind when you taking some of the dailies if you have them with you. I think the good thing here is the story of these three armed men. You look at them. Are they dropping their arms? What are they celebrating? There are some people who have been raping our women, killing us, and now they've repent. Anyway, nobody. There's no time. People can repent, and maybe one day I will keep people and come to Nigeria and say I want to repent. Because that seems to be the story. Why were these people fighting? Who were they fighting? What did we do back to them? These are the questions we asking. It's okay to say I want to repent. Repent from what? What you see, I can if I do something wrong that makes you to be angry, then we want to have that. Maybe the Northerners can explain this to us. What they've done to these young people, or the terrorists, so-called terrorists, who are dropping their weapons and say we want to join society. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like it when people join society, but the question is, what is wrong? Because if we don't address that issue, people will go back. They will see how more terrorists. They will keep breeding them, and that is really a big issue. It's okay to celebrate these guys today. The question is, how many more do we have there? So I don't know, Princess. I didn't know whether you are with me.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And another thing I would like to ask from you, I don't know whether you were able to get in touch with the NLC, if we have any of them to join us to talk about what is going on there.
Yes, I was able to get NSC. The man has not responded, but I've been able to get one of the officials from TUC that will be joining us this morning in a short while.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. And the good thing is we have a full house today. Let us celebrate SROTV. We have listen, don't worry. When I say princess, I'm going to define who are the princesses, all right? We have Daddy Chris is here from London. Lady is grooming, is glowing. Let me get you the faces of my ladies first. Because you need to get them. They are all beautiful women. All right. I have Mary, look at her from Abuja. Princess is in Delta. You know, so you're familiar with Princess. She actually is the anchor of this show. Just for one reason or the other, she's still not here now. And then we have Edo Princess. So we have these two princesses. There's Delta Princess and Edo Princess. They are here today to make us have a beautiful day. And I'm excited. I'm sure you all are too. Edo,
We're here.
your hands are full.
Yeah.
It was an eventful night. What happened? Tell us.
So,
Because I know we're going to spend a lot of that on that today. Because so that when the LSC guys come, we might be debated. Let's just quickly hear what happened in Edo State.
okay. Yesterday we had 3 primary running at the same time. We had the APC primary, and we had PDP. They had their primary, and they also had a parallel primary yesterday.
This APC drama, I heard people singing on your mandate, on your mandate. That was a very beautiful song. I love it. The question is, who are these people? Who is celebrating there?
No, they were celebrating Dennis Idahosa.
He won again.
They were
Is he
celebrating.
not the young-
That's the unofficial report. The unofficial report is that he has won. So
Okay.
they were at the collation center to wait for the official declaration. That was the video. Then the PDP primary
Yes.
was going on accreditation, and some people were protesting. Some delegates were protesting that they were the official delegates, but they were removed from the accreditation list. Then, while the accreditation and primary process was going on, the deputy governor held his own primaries at his official residence in GRA, and he was declared the winner with over 300 votes. And so it obviously didn't go well with state machinery. They had to send in ESSN, as a security network, according to reports.
Yes.
And they opened fire on some people, and some people got injured, some scampered to safety. But
Wait.
on the main primaries at the stadium, we saw Honorable Gabriela Egbenito stepping down and endorsing Aswen, and the this man, what do they call him, Omoregie, he had earlier stepped down, so it was a walk in the park. and he had 577 votes, and he was declared winner of that election. So as it stands now,
Yes.
PDP has two candidates, Aswen and the parallel winner, Shaibu, and a court case of an aspirant that claims to have been excluded from the primaries.
Yes.
So it's a tough one here.
Yes, Princess, we want to see your face as you're giving us this report. For some reason, your camera is not is blurred. We are happy. The sound is great. Just to have the if that can be sorted out, because we want to have Princess quickly back. We want to spending a lot of time on that this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear the drama in Edo State. I know the drama will never. In fact, on your mandate, on your drama, Edo drama, we just start, because when they told me the deputy governor won, that was the first news that came out. It was social media and the way of spreading things. And I said, where is Obaseki? Did Obaseki approve it? Because I know that there was something wrong. And apparently that didn't go well with the governor. So the governor has his own person, and that's the drama we're seeing now. So Edo, PDP, they have two candidates. I think they should all learn from this. When there's an internal fight, what happened? Emery.
You said?
When two people are fighting at home, outsider will have a chance, right?
Yes.
That's what's going to happen to Edo PDP. The internal fight has been there. I know the governor and his deputy have been fighting. Our news, we always hear say, so don't quote me. They say that the governor actually told his deputy not to contest. But from the Princess report now, apparently the deputy conducted his own primaries. He has his own primaries. I wish we can have the other Princess back. Let's have Princess back now, because I want to see your face. Amazing. Princess, okay, we manage it. If it is not clear, it's better. It comes out and go. It comes on and goes. See, they don't want the people to see the beautiful women of SRTV. That is not fair. Let the camera behave. Anyway, no, we're really proud of you, Princess, and it's good to have that kind of overview this morning. But before we get stuck into this, let us look at some of the dailies quickly. Mary, if you can run us through some of the newspapers so that at least we know we did justice to some of them this morning. Where do we go from here, Mary?
Okay, let's look at the blueprints.
Blueprint, okay.
Okay, the big story says ongoing reforms in interest of Nigerians. And here the writer says assures on new investment opportunities tackling poverty. We'll work with executives on nation's challenge. This is coming from Abbas. And here we have a story at the left that says Sanwo-Olu cuts fare for public transport by 25%. Orchestrate official working days. And here there's a story that says ASU urges federal government to meet public varsities lecturers' demand. We have another story that says $8 million for port rehabilitation ready soon. This coming from Oyetola, and you can find that story on page 9 of the Blueprint newspaper. I think these are all the stories we have. With another story telling us military once again call for cope, urges patience among Nigerians. These are all the stories we have this morning on the Blueprints.
And that image is coming from Lagos. You see people carrying their children.
Yeah, that's the Lagos drainage issue.
In fact, anyway, what is this? Which port are they rehabilitating? I mean, we all have issues with the port scenario in Nigeria. That we have only one port that is functioning in the whole country. A federation as big as Nigeria, only the port in Lagos is working. And now it's affecting the entire economy. Every goods coming to the country must come through Lagos, and if it's not there, then it's nowhere else. Whereas Nigeria is well placed, well blessed. We're so connected to the sea that boat can be sent anywhere. Unfortunately, that is the politics of our time. It's going to be more political and economical. I know the boys, the people now. I have so many things. I'll be quiet today because I'll look at what the Southwest Development Commission are trying to say. What are they? How deprived they have been. We'll come to that on another day. But let us move on to the. Let me go and ask Princess. Princess, I'm not Princess. I have to be very careful. I will say Princess Delta. Princess Delta. Apparently, there's a lot of drama coming from Delta State. Obviously, the governor is taking some decision people are not happy with. Am I correct?
You're correct, sir.
Wow. Because I saw this wonderful protest in Uzoro. Though I have the slide, we'll be sharing that shortly. And then and also the insecurity scenario in Ogwashuku. People are being murdered, slaughtered. I couldn't share that image on this platform. And what is the governor or so-called security agent? So it's a sin to send your daughter to school these days. Is that what we're seeing?
So, what is happening in Delta State is it's been from one chaotic moment to another, from one institution to another. I was able to talk to some of the students in Ogwash Poly. I had two of them come to me. It's just that they are very scared to come out to speak. But meanwhile, one of them might join us today now. What happened? Let me start from Uzoro first, that is closer to me here.
Okay.
Is that before now we all know that that institution was Uzoro Polytechnic, Delta State Polytechnic Uzoro, and at some point it was not changed to Delta State University Uzoro, which was even still going. They had students, and we don't know what happened. Some days ago, all of a sudden, the Delta State's governor, Sheriff Oborewori, said had to move the major faculty of that institution to his state, which is the Faculty of Management. And at the end of the day, the indigenes were not very happy about that, that they believed that Isoko as the whole have been sidelined for so long, and at this point, coming to take a major faculty from the institution which they have will be a problem. And at the end of the day, there was a major protest. Hello, can you all hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah.
Hello?
We can hear you, Princess. We can hear you.
There was a major protest, and that led to, the all chaotic moment we saw some days ago, where people were actually, the road was blocked. And let's not forget that that is a major road heading to.
Yeah, and okay. That is a major road actually heading to this capital, Asaba. I really, okay, people have to bear with us. It's network. That is what we go through in Nigeria. Hopefully, I'm going to step in on this today to make sure these people have a better rota. I know I don't have a good rota. Princess may not have in data yet, but we will learn to deal with that. But anyway, the good thing is we have the full report coming to you shortly on this crisis in Delta State. Because I'm from Delta State, I'm privileged to know a little bit more. But the shameful thing is this Isoko and this Ukbe, these are all, they are like, we call them Urubu in those days. I know the Isoko don't want to hear them, but they are one. They were one, and we're speaking the same dialect. In fact, I can understand Isoko more than I even understand the Ukbe, but the Ukbe is part of us more than the Isoko. And this is completely unnecessary. If you ask me, I will discuss that later. If you ask me, I will ask the governor, why actually move it from there to your place? Why don't you create something new if you want to help your own people? See, this is the problem. Like what the Southwest is happening at the national level, Tinubu is president, why not make Southwest what it is now? And it's the same thing, this man is there, why not make it Okpe? In fact, is this the problem we have in the state? That is something we're going to discuss. But let us move on, because that's my issue today. Tinubu is up there fighting for the Southwest. He might do it indirectly. The governor is here blatantly doing it. Hey, it's my turn. Bring it to my place. Do you have initiative? Bring something new to your state. We'll discuss that. Let's go, Mary. Let's take a look at some of the newspaper, the Daily. And I know we'll have our women back shortly.
The Vanguard.
Okay, let's see the Vanguard.
Okay, the story at the left top said, insecurity, Catholic Bishop, OK State Police. And that story is on page 2 of the Vanguard newspaper. Edo Guba, Igodalo wins PDP ticket with 577 votes. Promised to lead Edo on the path of prosperity. Gunshots at Shaibu emerges candidate in a parallel primary. And that story is on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. Albore released after 12 hours in police custody. You can find the story on page 4 of the Vanguard newspaper. Hardship. We are working to tackle economic challenges. CBN begs Nigerians. You can find the story on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. How Nigerians can overcome insecurity. It's coming from retired generals, DGs, security experts. And here we have another story that says Cameroon can't stop us from Paris Olympic. Falcon forward Onumonu. And it's coming from the sport desk on page 29 of the Vanguard newspaper. CDS warns against calls for coup over economic hardship. That story is on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government bans cooking gas, exports to crash price. You can find that story on page 2 of the Vanguard newspaper. Promoter Leno Adesanya writes to Tinubu over Mambila Power Project. That story is on page 25 of the Vanguard newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Vanguard.
Okay, all right. Because we have the Edo issue, we're going to discuss Edo. We might want to skip that discussion now. But Princess, the question I've asked you is two people are okay in this state police here. There is the Catholic bishop saying we need state police, and the down picture here is how we can tackle how Nigeria can overcome insecurity. Is state police the solution, Princess?
I have a diverse opinion on that. I really don't want to, Nigerian leaders, Christian leaders, as well as political leaders. I feel like they know the right things to do. For instance, if I take you to Ogwash Poly, where we have major issues now ongoing, you can see that all the students from Ogwash Polytechnic are at home right now doing nothing. This is because of insecurity. I sent some of the footages to you already where presumed community people, because the student that spoke to me are saying that this might be coming from the indigenous, because not a stranger coming in to ravish the institution. They don't believe that a stranger will actually have the guts to do all that. It's quite horrifying. I couldn't send all the footages to you because some of them will be, of course, they won't allow us to show such things as well. Some of them are very horrifying if you look at them. And then, of course, you could see where a CCTV capture a group of people coming in to attack these vulnerable students. And at the end of the day, we have community chiefs, we have community securities, we have the vigilantes, and of course, we have police posts very close to the institution. So we have like 2-3 posts around this school we are talking about. We have the high chief. And of course, we also have the VC of that institution, or the rector, as the case may be. And at the end of the day, we're seeing that nothing has been done. I spoke to them. In fact, she's chatting with me now. The students have been complaining. It has been a reoccurrence issue. And at the end of the day, it was until the SUG president that traveled came back and had to, immediately evacuate all students from the school that very day. And the Onitsha road was blocked. Of course, that is very close to Asaba, where people go to Onitsha for their daily business. The road was blocked. People could not move. Even the drivers I spoke with are telling me that at a point they could not rescue all the students because the students and the numbers are much compared to the numbers of vehicles we have, either taking them to Benin, to Warri, or of course to Asaba. So these are some of the issues we had that day. And as we're talking, when you say state policing, it means we're talking about using the people we know, people of a community or a certain state, to police their own people. But when we have a situation at hand where the same community people are coming to attack non-indigens, and when they come, they don't go to the indigenous premises. They only go to students, foreigners. And these are some of the issues we have. So I don't think that is a problem that we're going to resolve in a very short time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's scary. I hear you, because if our local people, if our chiefs, our kings, our so-called leaders, community leaders cannot intervene on this kind of insecurity challenges, what would the state police do? Because it will be the same thing.
That is what I'm saying, because I was well informed from what I gathered that a certain guy in Ogwash that is a notorious serial robber, rapist, was arrested, and the next day he was released. And now these are some of the issues we have in our community, where the chiefs, the kings, that are supposed to be the custodian of tradition and of course taking care of their people as well, they are not able to do this. Are you not calling on Tinubu that is in Abuja to come to my state and do the needful? These are some of the issues we really need to talk about.
It's disturbing, and it's scary. It's scary, to be honest. It's scary. And all we're gonna do is because it's shameful. It's when these kind of things we're talking about here is too barbaric. Look at now a country like Nigeria, meaning we don't have a government. They're saying that we have, how do we overcome insecurity? Insecurity should not be there's no way that it's fully secured, but it should be an external issue or some little one that we don't know. The government is saying that they don't know who are the people terrorizing us. Let's put that aside. Now, local communities, are you saying you don't know this set of hoodlums who are invading your own schools? Who is the king of that community? Are you saying you are not aware? Is the local police not aware? Is the governor not aware of what is going on? What will state police do here? If the governor who can step in, though I must give the governor some credit. Last time we had this issue of where Governor Suwolu of Lagos was actually telling the police officer to do something, and he said he cannot do it because he doesn't take directive from them. So that is what we're saying in state police, princess. Because if a governor will give an order and the police will tell you, hey, I'm not under you, you understand? And we have scenarios where, I remember the time of Odwa, when he wake up in the morning, they change all the security men. From the police to you understand? They change it because he's not the one in control of his own security. So
because the other day you sent me to Asaba, so on my way back,
yeah.
In fact, going and coming, I was being harassed at some point because I was not the one that drove, and I really did not want to wear media ID card, so I was just being neutral. But at some point, I had to wear my media ID card, and you see, these police people are saying Tinubu brought a law, you have to pay for this, police something, and it's a new law. And I started having a conversation with them. And so when at some point I told them that I am aware that this is Ogwash, this is the junction here, that is the institution. We have serial rapists, killers, and of course robbers attacking vulnerable students. What have you been doing? Standing here, harassing me, a journalist, and then you leave the vulnerable student that you were supposed to look after. And of course, one of the police did say, Madam, that one another talk, we know if we go put body for what they not send us. That was the language he used.
Yes.
And so I understand what you're saying, sir. It's quite a shame that some of the students, they are saying they even regret attending school in their own states. These are people, most of them partly from Delta State, and then they are being sacked from their own place. They don't know what to do, and of course, they don't know how to move forward as well. And so when we talk about insecurity, it's a thing that I think I will always say a lot of people are benefiting from it, and then a lot of people are also happy that things are like that, because we are not, the hunger in the land is another thing entirely. So it's as if you don't have food to eat, you can't cater for your family. That is one. And then we are not seeing.
No, network, please now. Anyway, you can hear Princess actually giving us a direct experience over there. And I know, though Princess will have a lot to tell us about the security challenges as well. But the Edo Vigilante seems to be doing well. Let's quickly just
The
delve into that.
family is not supposed to go to their farms and have peace. It's quite a long thing, and it's something that we need time to resolve. That is it, sir.
All right. Princess, Edo, I know you guys have a very powerful vigilante. Do you guys have such a problem in Edo State?
Yes, it's still here. It's here.
Wow.
Some people can't go to farms. They can't go to their farms. If you go towards Edo North area, Onwa, kidnapping, they even kidnap people on bike, on Okada. They can kidnap for ransom. They
Those are
can
very,
kidnap for ransom as small as 20,000.
Abi, those
Yes,
are
so
hungry kidnappers, so those are the hungry ones. Because somebody looking, if you kidnap somebody on Okada, wait now. Who the Okada is done
I'm
already?
telling you.
Why you kidnapping the person?
So it's the city center that we have concentration of these people, this vigilante and all that. But in places outside the city center, you really don't get to see that much, you know.
All right. Well, let's cool up the temperature. It's getting too hot already. Let me go on a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to continue with this. I'm happy today is the first day that we have the opportunity to have two princesses on the show. Mary is glowing, and we're going to have some guests very soon. But let's quickly, when we come back, we complete the newspaper review and we'll continue the discussion. Like I said, on the pipeline, we'll be talking about what the Senate has just said about the Southwest Commission. Delta State is doing their own run. We're going to zero in Edo State, how the election is coming up there. Listen, don't go away because we have a lot coming. But in the meantime, let us hear some of the SRTV products and services. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
SRTV Logistics is here. Are you into a restaurant business? We are here to help you move your goods from one place to another. If you're moving your goods out of the country or within the country, you can come to us. Trust us to handle your deliveries with the utmost care and professionalism, ensuring your items reach their destination safely and on time. Don't settle for anything less. We're part of the global supply chain of helping goods to move from one point of origin to the point of consumption according to the needs of customers. You can contact us with the numbers on the screen or email us at logistic@superiorradioandtelevision.com.
Yeah, welcome back. This is SRTV. We are complete tonight. I'm just too excited. Look at the faces. Oh, come on now. Don't cut us short. I was just going to be saying I'm proud that we are complete tonight. And today and now, Mary from Abuja just left. She will be right back. We don't go too far. Well, I wanted us to look at one of the Nature newspaper there. I don't know whether you guys have it. Princess, any of the princess can run through the Nation newspaper. I want to know what we're saying about climate change in Nigeria, because that is one thing. What is the newspaper? What does that newspaper really tell us? Is it about climate change? Do they tell us how we take advantage of our environment? That's something I want us to quickly review this morning as part of those things. I know at the beginning here, Governor Sanwo-Olu announces free meal, Sunday market, and other relief measures. That's quite interesting. I don't know whether Princess have it. Do you have it, Princess? I know Edu or Delta. Please.
Which of the papers, sir?
It's called Nation News. The environment first. Some green. If
Nature News. Okay.
Yes. Okay, look at how.
The headline here says FG earmarks 60 billion to tackle carbon emission. Then Governor Sanwo-Olu announces free meal, Sunday market, and other relief measures.
Okay.
That you can find on page 3. Then page 3 too for the headline FG earmarks 60 billion to tackle carbon emission. Then on other stories we have Environment Ministry issues heat wave advisory for pregnant women and infants. You find that on page 5. Groups to partner to collect 250 plastic bottles in Benue. That's on page 6.
I like this because it's good that the world knows that we are part of the global climate work. We are doing our own bit in our own small way to make things happen. And you see, one of the headlines that interests me is someone who is doing something about it. I mean, he's saying it'd be nice to hear other governors announcing one or two measures to you take advantage of this. Look at it, because there's economic challenge in the midst of this climate change, which I think is something Nigeria can always cry to the international community. If you want us to be part of this global battle to save the environment, then you need to be supporting us in this and this and that. And if the money comes, they will share it. But at least this 60 billion, I'm sure it is our money, or did we earn it from the international community? People, anybody that go through that headlines will let us know with due time, because it would be nice to have that kind of support from the international community. We don't contribute a lot to the damages of the world right now. The globe, the big economies, they are the one producing things that is polluting the environment. So if we are contributing, we are doing our own small share, they should help. Yeah, go on.
There's a challenge here. There's a funny one here. Health Minister may lift production ban on sachet alcoholic drinks.
Again?
Health Minister
Eh,
may lift production ban on sachet alcoholic drinks.
that is not good now. Why? Who is this health minister? Is it Professor? Is it the man here? Is it this handsome man?
Yes, it's the man there, Professor Muhammad Ali.
It's not those hot, all those hot things that they produce. It's not for our health, too. Honestly, that thing is not too good for our health. A lot of people.
And because it's a sachet now, youth, everybody just pick it in the morning. You see them in their mouth.
Yeah, it's actually not good. If they want to do that, it's not bad.
Especially the Okada riders. You know, it's not as if we are not safe enough. They are. You see, you see the Okada men having this thing as their one hand is on the sipping this thing and the other one is on the
Some
right.
people cannot eat without taking it. A lot of people tend to take this in the morning, first thing in the morning. You understand? And it's actually not good. This is hot drink, and they're just taking it as if it's water. So if they
And that
want
plastic, the plastic is what we're even saving the environment with as well. To use that plastic, again, it's more environmental challenges. And we see. I just want us to look at what the Nation News will be saying from time to time. Nature News. I'm quite impressed that we have something on the green, but I want to see how we are taking advantage of our green nature, because we are born green. Nigeria is green. We're in the green area. How well are we taking advantage of that to grow our economy? Are we going to have a green economy? Yes. We have the farms. These are the things I want to see. I'm happy someone is doing something about it, and I'm sure the governors, like Princess told us yesterday, Edo State actually did have some support for the agri sector. Only maybe they didn't tell us. I want to see if we can go through one of the newspapers, which somebody have to pick one. And then we're going to close the visual review and go into the discussion, because we have a lot happening. And from our headlines today, it seems to be that there's nothing too much other than the same old song, Nigerian economy. Well, let's quickly look at. I would say somebody go through the News Direct. Something. These are newspapers we don't normally review. News Direct, please.
Okay, the big headline says Nigeria's economic factors as GDP growth falls to 2.74%. This is coming from NBS. And you can find that story on page 10 of the News Direct. And we have a story at the top left that says economic hardship. Abiodun unveils initiative to distribute free to the poor. That story is on page 21 of the News Direct newspaper. At the middle, we have a story that says Lassa fever, NCDC registers 411 cases, 72 deaths in 6 weeks. That story is on page 2 of the News Direct newspaper. 30 billion naira allocation. Makinde denies receiving additional funding from federal government.
That is quite interesting. Princess, let's hear from Princess here. Princess, there seems to be a drama here. The Senate are saying that the federal government had released, I won't say the federal government because the Senate has said it, that the federal government released 30 billion to every state just to help us in this difficult economic time. But the governors are saying, we've not seen anything. Who is lying? Where are we in this country?
You know, in Nigeria, and there is nothing that is shocking as it stands or as it were right now. Nothing surprising anymore. Like we've seen it all, and it's good that maybe it's actually good that the governors are not feeling the brunt as well, saying they didn't see the money. Federal government is saying the money was released, and of course, you know, I wanted to throw light on that. So when you giving free food before we actually went
Okay.
on to the next newspaper, this very newspaper.
Yes.
And so when we talk about Sowore, for instance, as a governor giving free food to who? Who are these categories? Where are they getting the free food from? When are they supposed to get this free food? Lagos is quite a state with a large number, millions of people. And then when you're saying you're giving food to who, and some will come at the end of the day, also siphon this food, sit upon this whole process, and of course, cut away with this food. And then federal government is saying that they have released a certain amount, to cushion the effect of what people are going through. And if the governors are saying they didn't get that money, and then there is it's that word they say in pidgin, and them. So they should come and explain to us what's happening to them. After all, we have been, here feeling it. It's good that the governors now are not saying we didn't see money. Oh. And when two people that are friends, pally, because they should fight. Maybe that will help the poor people as well.
Yes, I like I like the controversy, and I like because I'm sure the ordinary people in Lagos are going to say, "Hey, someone would not seen the food. Where is it? Where is the thing you say you're doing?" But the truth is, what I love is the Senate have just said it, made it clear. 30 billion has gone to every state, and the governors cannot even deny. If, like I said, if they deny that one, are they saying that the allocation has not increased? Because with the removal of oil subsidies, the amount of money coming to the federation ports has increased. The percentage of money now going to them has also gone up. Not the percentage, but the amount they are now receiving has gone up. What have they done with it, the governors? You understand? Let's forget about this 30 billion. You understand? So what is annoying, Princess, is when things like this happen, they all keep mute. They all wait because we only blame the federal government. Nobody blame the states. You understand? The federal government have their own. We agree, but the state, if the federal government is doing nothing, can't you help your people? That's the question. You understand? What measures have these state governors? I don't know whether maybe this is what I wanted to hear from Princess. And obviously, you are not too much in this case.
There is no measures here, sir. No measures has been put in place. I've been in Delta, of course, for weeks now, and I can tell you for free, no measures at all. From the informations gathered and from what I have seen so far, yes. I've been to Asaba, I've been to Warri, I've been to Ughelli. Of course, I've been to Zoro, I've been to other places as well. I've been to Kwale as well. And then it's only Abraka and maybe Saple I have not even gone to. But as I speak to you, it's really tough here. And the people are not finding it funny. People are angry unnecessarily. It's becoming, the pressure is getting hotter or harder by the day on these people, especially family people. When the other day, just yesterday, I saw, the thing is that I was on my way to the hospital, so I couldn't even stop, but I know there is this riot yesterday in Ughelli axis of the state that Keke people said they are no longer working. So yesterday there was no Keke riders in Ughelli, everywhere was blocked, and this they tagged as hardship, the fuel price, and now the passengers are not willing to still understand with them. And so it's really hard here. It's tough for them as well. When you go to Asaba, there is no single light. Let's even start from there. So I spoke to people there when I went there, and they tell you, madam, you just prepare yourself for solar, or just prepare yourself for draw line from maybe people that somehow, I don't know where they got from, that bought their own transformer, did their own light, that you go and meet them, you pay to them. Individuals as well, not government or not the normal power holding company we all know. And then these are some of the issues people are going through here. No light to start with. At least I think in Ughelli where I've been to is quite fair, but Asaba and other places, no light. And of course, people are doing businesses here and there. So you can imagine when you buy something from maybe Onitsha, and at the end of the day, you see that you are not able to even meet up the whole capitals you put into it. We're talking about you powering your product using fuel, using to power maybe your drinks or anything you're selling, the transportation and all that. So, sir, no measures have been put in place here. I've not even seen Sheriff Oborevori since I came. Not like I'm planning to see him one on one.
Yeah,
But what I think is that when you enter a state and you see the impact, you know that okay, there's a governor presence around. I don't think I've seen that. But kudos, I don't know who is in charge of the Wari Ugeli Asaba road. That road is not too bad. It's quite okay, and they're still working. Construction is ongoing, but I don't see anything else in the states. I beg to be
no,
corrected.
no, the states have pride themselves to be road master. What a shame. You understand? And Princess, you know what what I really want our discussion today, what I want us to look at, and this is very important, is that the federal government, on Tinubu first day in office, he announced that no more oil subsidies, meaning the money we've been paying to subsidize fuel, we've taken it out. Meaning more money comes to us. We don't need to pay that money anymore. So if the federal government were paying some trillions of naira towards oil subsidy for, that money is now saved. We said we will suffer with the federal government. We have been suffering. Now the question we are asking is, what is the government doing with that money? They shared it among themselves. The state governors cannot deny this, because the money that comes to the federation account is a calculated amount. It's not only the federal government, it's a committee of all the states and the federal government are seen to know this is the amount received. This is the percentage that's supposed to go here. This percentage is supposed to go there. Understand? So meaning every state, every single state in the country now earn more money from the oil subsidy. Let's take it from that announcement. Every state is now benefiting from it. The question we're asking now, there is hardship in the land. Do we still need to wait for only the federal government to act? Can the state do something for their own people? Like
And that is the problem I have, sir. When we keep saying the federal government, where are the state governments? It's as if we are waiting on in Delta State here. You walk along the road, and what you hear is, oh, Tinubu that, Tinubu is an evil man, Tinubu is this. But first of all, start from your governor, start from your local government chairman, start from the people around. If you are not able to assess these people, or they are not able to get to you, why do you feel that you'll be able to see Tinubu that is somewhere in Abuja?
Yes.
It's quite, I went to Abuja also the other day, and you could see that a lot of people are also feeling it, not just at the state level, but even in Abuja as well. Uber ride is so expensive, and you see a lot of people standing along the road. It's not even safe in the first place. We have the rate of one chance and all that. But let's talk about the states where we have our governors, where we have the commissioners, where we have the chairman around, and it's quite. So I met with an aspirant the other day that came to my mother's funeral, and then we got talking that he wants to be on the news, and I started asking him some questions as well. I got to find out that I've not seen you before. I really do not know you, and what you do for a living. He was telling me, it doesn't matter. Like, no, it matters. I need to know for me to bring you on the news.
Exactly.
Let me see your profile.
Yes.
You want to govern the people just from the blues, and he said this is the mistake we make. We, the media people, we think it's all about media paparazzi, but it's all about godfatherism in Delta State. It's all about I'm picking the people they want. He said so himself, and I have the recordings as well. And then it's quite shameful that a young, vibrant Nigerian, we have that kind of mindset, thinking that I don't need to live for myself. It's about who is going to unpick you. And then these are some of the issues. So when they unpick these people, of course they do exactly what they want, and thereby they are not able to get to the people, the populace, which they are supposed to, be relating with. And so these are the issues that we'll keep talking and talking, but it's just still the same.
Yeah, and we do know that if we're going to solve Nigerian challenge, political scenario, one of the issues will be godfatherism. It needs to go away, because if you see what is happening in Edo now, we'll come into that in this show today. It's gonna be who wants who. Governor Baseki does not want his deputy. It's gonna be an act of God for that guy to skate through. You understand? And the guy is trying to do things, he's playing his own stunt. But in where? The governor have money, he has resources. The power the governor have is actually money. What these governors have is a lot of money to spend. And they have it in abundance. So they can do things and undo. And that is how they handpick who they want. And you see the battle in Delta State that just passed between Okowa and Ibori. It was clear that the people fighting were not me and you, was not PDP and APC. It was Ibori and Okowa fighting who will be the next governor. So our destiny is in their hands. Okowa won because Okowa had more money. He's in charge. You know, he has the state influence. Everything. You see, even people in my community say anywhere Okowa say we go because Okowa has money. More than anybody who has been their godfather. So it's a challenge of our time. But you see, Princess, what is really shameful today, just looking at today's newspaper, I want us to quickly go through that now because we might not be able to, we might come back to some reviews if need be. But I want to see what the Senate have just done. Let us preview what the Senate are saying about the commission. Very interesting, you understand? They're telling us something very, 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 very interesting. Let us see that they're setting up one Southwest Commission. It's scaling through. Let's just go through the videos, then we'll talk.
That in the absence of any other thing, I want to put a question. Is it the view of the Senate that we refer this Southwest Commission development bill to the special Committee on Special Duties?
Okay, that is what you see what the Senate President said. But look at the Yoruba.
Any part of the country that does not have an ambassador, so to say, in Southwest, because Southwest is not only accommodating, it houses the fifth largest economy in Africa in Lagos, and the most important business roads in Nigeria crisscross Southwest. I therefore will urge the distinguished senators to support this initiative that will bring development closer to the people of Southwest, enhance the economy of Nigeria, deepen the unity and cohesiveness of our country, and accelerate the development strides of Southwest.
You know, I like that. Before we finish, while we're waiting for our people to join us, I'm quickly going to add here from Benga, Senator Benga. Let's hear this one.
It's into 6 parts with 27 sections, and it captured the establishment of the Southwest Development Commission, the functions, the structure, the staff, the financial provisions, and other miscellaneous provisions. My dear President, indeed, the great people of the Southwest will be grateful to the 10th National Assembly under your able leadership if this laudable bill that would accelerate the development of the Southwest is passed. My respected colleagues, in closing, in line with Order 76.3 of the Senate Standing Order 2023 as amended, the financial operation of this bill is hereby attached.
You see, Princess, let's quickly look at this. Here is this senator saying that the Southwest is actually passed already. Listen.
Should not only be supported to scale second reading, the Southwest Development Commission may bear the title Southwest, but indeed it's for Nigerians as a whole. There's hardly any part of the country that does not have an ambassador, so to say, in Southwest, because Southwest is not only accommodating, it houses the fifth largest economy in Africa in Lagos.
Thank you. See, let's take that in context, because this is exactly what happened in the federal is happening in the state. Here, this guy, the senator, is saying that the Southwest is housing the fifth largest economy in Africa. The economy of Lagos State alone is higher than that of Kenya.
That's true.
Lagos State economy is higher than Kenya, and you are telling us that those people need more intervention in a country where some parts are dead. I don't know whether the Southeast, the East have anything like commission. You understand? Because they fight for themselves, but we don't hear that. The South is only managed to get that because of the oil we produce. The North, Even some part of them are dead. We know some of them are in government, but part of the North are zero. If we're talking of intervention, is it the same Southwest that has benefited so much from Nigeria? The first capital of Nigeria was in Lagos. All our infrastructure are in Lagos. The only seaport is in Lagos. He rightly said the 5th largest economy is in Lagos. What kind of intervention do you need that the other part of the country does not need, that we are now trying to get the thing to commission? Is it because your brother is president? The question should be answered and it should be honest. Is Southwest a deprived area? What is the essence of the intervention? I'll leave that to my guest.
Well, it's the same thing that people are saying here in the States. It's just like, of course, I've heard that before. People saying it's because the president is from that region, and that is why we're seeing things like this, or hearing things like this. It's just like when Oborogori as well went to Delta State University of Technology, Ozoro, moved major faculties of that institution to his own place, with the promise of still bringing the medical science to Ozoro. So why did you not put that one in your place and let this one be? So these are some of the issues. I think it's about them, like Nigerians will always insinuate or say. It's about them at that point when they are in power, they care about themselves, they care about what can I do for my community. So of course, when the world rejects me at the end of the day, my community will be there for me. But of course, you know that it should not be a case of a governor for Ope, a governor for Ogede, but a governor for Deltans. And of course, by the time our politicians, the leaders, beginning to have that kind of mindset that it's not all about the place which you are from, but the people of the state. Now, I think that will go a long way. You coming to Ozoro to come and remove all the major faculties to your state, I don't think it's the right thing to do, even though you have promises, that there are promises of you bringing other faculties, science faculties to that said place. It's really sad.
It is.
And so that is the same thing we're not seeing in Lagos. With Tinubu as the president, of course, we will even see more of that. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, so many things. They already complaining that most of the things are relocating to Lagos. And they had that little issue. I'm happy that the Kanus, our former Emir of Kanu, is a very liberal guy. Salusi said it is right to move the central bank governor back to Lagos. But it's disturbing that these are not even priorities for us as a nation. You understand? Relocating things that shouldn't be relocated. Look at this man now. During his campaign, Sheriff was able, he opened his mouth. It is time to smile. This is what he said. 3 more faculties coming your way. This is what he promised them. Only to become governor, and he moved the only thing there away. Now what we have is anarchy in our land. This is what Sheriff is getting. Of course, he wouldn't care.
But that's I feel like, once Tinubu is done ruling as the Nigerian president, he's returning back to Lagos. And that is why, even as a president, he still tries to do things in Lagos. You understand? Because
the question is it Lagos that elected him? Nigerians elected Tinubu to come and work for Nigeria, not for Lagos, or not for people in Southwest. In fact, this is the shameful thing, and this is why we are where we are. We won't give the right appointment to the people who can do the job. We give it to the person because it's from my place. But at the end of the day, look at the hunger. The hunger in Nigeria today does not know Yoruba. He does not know Igbo. He doesn't know Muslim. He doesn't know Christians. He only knows 2 people, the rich and the poor. You people, we are stupid. Because if we think well, we'll find out that Tinubu might even want to bring something to my community. If I think I don't deserve it, it is wrong. Go and put it where it is. It will save us. Because if there's that place, if the North is over deprived, there will continue to be insecurity. You cannot change it. The insecurity in the land, and Princess was able to put it in context, that there is hunger in the land. If some people are deprived to an extent, what you're going to have is insecurity. Now, Sheriff is going to smile over this. Look at the streets. And these people, is it so?
And sir, you remember that Ozoro University of Technology is actually on the expressway to Onitsha, where you have major vehicular movement, major people accessing, going from these south to Onitsha. That's the only route they of course, to that market. And that day, the road was shut down. People traveling all the way from Saple from Warri to Ugeli going to Onisha. They had to, go back at some point because they couldn't access the road, and of course, they can't go get to the market as well.
What a disaster. And this is what we have to deal with as a people. And like we already mentioned, it is a shame that our priorities is still on who close to me.
And another thing, some of the footages I sent you could see women protesting. And of course, I asked, why are we having market women protesting? Of course, that is an issue of the student. And some of the women did say they are protesting because, with the level of our faculties moved from the institution, their businesses are going to suffer. They had some of the students, patronizing them, but now that they are being moved away from that institution, their businesses are going to suffer setback, and that was their grievances as well. Of course, it's a way of course protecting their children and futures, like what they said as well.
Yes, Princess, you can understand that we're sending our daughters to a school. The next thing you hear is two being raped, their kids being raped, innocent kids. You may not even know their age. Maybe poor child who is completely being violated in the name of going to school. Who is happy about that? And this is what happened when this kind of insecure. So we are not going to fight for governor now, because governor, you just take something from my place. Why do I belong to that kind of state anyway? You understand? The kind of injustice. And I said to Sheriff might be from my own area, but this is shameful, because all the while we'll be crying that why would the capital of Delta State be in Asaba? That would be one of my complaints. If I can talk about that, why will I be happy with Sheriff taking a faculty after promising people, and Father, it's good to have the last picture of Sheriff here. Promise these people that they're going to have 3 more faculties, only to take the only one they have. And does Sheriff people have initiative? Must we have the same kind of university in all around the state? And look at Asaba, where you are, Sheriff. They have this. Asaba is now known. Delta State is known to be a place where they make movies. What stopped Sheriff from creating a new university in his place? I said university, film university. That's something that would have attracted everybody in Hollywood to our area. The big boys, they want to come, they want to a place where they can make their movie for free. So if you create a university where you train people and then begin to create a film village like Okowa has rightly done, what stopped you? Why are you not competing with Okowa? Why are you competing within yourself? Anyway, Sheriff, if you don't take that, you'll be a one-time governor. I never liked this Okowa scenario within you, and now you still continue. Anyway, I know our Princess Edo is back, and I would suggest we take a look at on our mandate, on our mandate, so that because we've been here now for 1 hour 13 minutes, and I think we're going to be getting.
We'll be having the TUC guy, trade union is joining us 10:30.
Okay, all right. So
regarding the protest, the planned protest.
Wonderful, that would be good. So let's quickly look at Edo State before then. Meaning we have 17 minutes to look at the governorship battle, the saga, the drama in Edo State. That is where Princess is going to lead us. I actually have some of the images, but I just going to only share this video first. So we'll start from here. You see, on your mandate, on whose mandate, Princess, are we standing here? Edo, you have a lot. You now get power to Edo State. You end up producing the same person twice now. So where are we, Princess? I know you talked us through before, but this is time for it proper. Yes.
Okay. That video you saw were youth at the collation center of the APC primary waiting for the official declaration. You know, when you do elections, you have your people in different wards helping you
Yes.
to follow up with the results and all that. So, as of yesterday, what we gathered was that they've been able to collect on their own the results they have all through the world, and so they know that he has more votes than the other candidates. So right now, what you were seeing there yesterday evening was that they were waiting for the official declaration of Dennis Idausa as the winner of the APC gubernatorial primary.
So as of this morning, has the result been officially announced?
No, it hasn't.
Okay. So we are
It
still
hasn't.
waiting
You
for
know,
the
you know, you know the results. Yeah, the results. Edo State is kind of vast. Some people will have to cross water to get
Yes.
to the town. Some will have to travel from Edo North. It's quite a distance, you know,
Yes.
and all that. So I'm sure before 12 we should hear it.
But is there no electronic way of accumulating this result? Must people travel in this day and age? Look at me here, you there, Princess in Delta. Do we need to really physically come together to announce result again?
But that is the only
This is
way, sir,
Nigeria.
that they can do what they have to do. If not, if you say we should do,
Yes.
digital, a lot of people are going to feel like they won't be able to do, our politicians, they want things done in a way that they will be able to
Maneuver.
manipulate, turn
Sure.
things around and all that. So if you're actually requesting for a thing like that, you think they don't know these things. They do, they know these things. They travel far and wide, they see these things. But of course, they want to do things that will be beneficial to them. Simple.
No, but this is the big part. The big part. The PDP. All right. The deputy governor apparently has his own election, in his
Yes.
house, and then another election happened at the stadium. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
This was talking
Yes.
to PDP. Are you people sleeping? There's a drama there. So you have two primaries on the
Yes,
same day.
two primaries on the same day. And it was really very interesting. You know, the parallel election held very fast, very swiftly. So before the governor could know what was happening, they were done. And it was on social media. I started seeing Arise TV, every other people, they started broadcasting it. You know, everybody was telling them, "Man, congratulations." And before you knew it, security operatives swooped down on the venue. But then they were through, they've announced it. And
They
then they
disappeared.
opened fire.
Yeah, I
Don't
saw
what they had to
some
do. In
version.
less than,
Yeah.
very swift. They were surgical, very swift.
Princess, I think the thing is a case of the more you look, the less you see, and that is what we see in politics.
I'm
Of course, that is
telling you.
politics. That is politics, and I love that. I remember when I brought a commissioner from your state, and of course, a lawyer as well, legal practitioner from your state, as regarding this election. And of course, people were criticizing Philip that you cannot, bite the finger that fed you. You cannot outgrown your master. In a game of politics, you have to stay humble for you to actually, just like what we're seeing, Wike and Fubara in that case.
Yes.
But I think Philip is not the kind of meat you easily chew and swallow. That is what we are now seeing in Edo State.
Yeah, but Princess,
Yeah, Philip,
how can he fight the mighty weight of the governor without the money? How can the deputy fight the mighty weight of the
no,
governor?
this
It's
is not
almost
about
impossible.
money.
Huh?
Okay.
This is not about
Okay.
money. And Philip is not that character of like a master and servant or master and boy thing. Philip is
Okay.
not that character. And if you see Philip coming in, Philip is actually supposed to be subject to Oshomole, not
Okay.
Obaseki. Because
Obaseki.
Philip has been under Oshomole's Philip has been under Oshomole's wing even before Obaseki came in. So
Okay.
that arrangement of Obaseki and Philip was arranged by Oshomole.
Right.
So Philip decided on his own to pitch his tent with Obaseki.
All right.
You understand? Actually going against his own boss, which was Oshomole.
Similar. Okay.
So it's a matter of where he decided to pledge loyalty to. So if he now feels like I have supported you and I have turned my back on everything and I want to run for governor, and Obaseki is saying, no, you can't run for governor, he feels hurt. Like, after everything I've done for you,
I've
why
done
won't
for
you let
you.
me go?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
why won't you let me go?
But like I
So,
said, Princess, that is politics. You know, in politics, let me tell you, in politics, you do not say, oh, because I did something for you. You know, our politicians here in this part of the world, we always want that thing, that favor. You understand? They want the return of favors. When they do you a favor, they believe that okay, when it's their time, you give to them, or when it's time for power to go around, you shift it to them. But of course, they don't know that even these people you're doing favor to, they can still turn around tomorrow, and that is why we say it is Nigerian politics. If you're
yeah,
familiar
that
to
that
that terrain, you should
favor,
know
that
that.
favor you are talking about is what's causing problem now.
yes.
Because for him to sway the Edo Central, he made them a promise that when he is leaving, he will.
Okay. We need to get Princess back. Actually, I wanted to ask her if they have this zoning scenario. You know, in Delta State, power will come from now it's in the Robo, the Delta Central. It will go to the Delta North and then the Delta South. I wanted to know because Edo is another big state. You understand? The governor Obaseki has been from Edo, the Benin Axis. One will expect that the next governor will come from either the Isako area or Isha. I'm sure it's quite a big state. I'm really familiar with the state. But if they don't play that, again, some people, what is happening now. When it is my turn, I'll bring more development to my people. Because
That is what they are simply doing, sir.
exactly,
They are not even
exactly.
bothered about the state. It's about me and my
And my
people. When
people,
it's my turn, I will do like you can see that from
yes,
Governor Kowa and what Oborobori is doing as well.
exactly.
Even though I'm an Urobo and the governor is closer to me, I still feel like it's not right. This is the governor of the people and not
of,
of a
of,
particular region
of
of the
Robo.
state.
You are not a governor of Robos. If you want to be a governor of Robo, go and fight for Robo State. You are governor of Delta State. And as long
Delta
as you are
State.
governor of Delta State, you have to govern Delta State and stop being myopic. The question I even asked, why this is so painful, princesses? What stops Oboriwori from creating a new institutions? There's a way you do. Things will begin to happen in your community. I doubt if Oboriwori even comes home. When Ibori was governor, there's something that made Ogara grow. Every weekend, the man is at home. And when governor comes home, everybody comes home to see the governor. There's massive businesses in the area. I bet Oboriwori shouting, making money, does not even have a home in Europe. I don't know if
Yes,
you.
I think he's not actually frequent. He doesn't frequent this area as is. And another thing I saw when I went to Asaba was that I actually went to see the person I'm supposed to see. The first stop was at the legislative quarters in Asaba. And so when we entered, the person that drove us offered a drink, and it was really very cold. And like, wow, Asaba girl, like they say, no, this light is for only,
The
uh, you know,
legislative one.
then the politicians and all that, because it is a legislative quarters, just like we have in Abuja and Akko. And then I saw that until we were there for like 1 hour, we left, the light was constant, and they say it doesn't go off. And that's okay. Later, when I went to the town, they say some people say they've not seen light for a month, for 3 weeks. And then I went back, I asked the man, so is it the same as Abba we're talking about? Because this is just opposite this place. He said, yes, that is how it has been. And so you see that anything that has to do with, governance and politics, there's always, it's not always smooth. It's always up and down.
It's a shame.
Oporomori, as it were, me personally, I would have vouched for him. Maybe it's too early to say like the PDPs are saying, but I think also that a governor that has a mandate or that has a vision, by now we would have started seeing these things. That okay, this is what I had in mind, and this is what I'm doing. Getting to right away. We are not talking about the construction of the road like they will always refer you to. But how can we see, a government premises, a constant light, and just across the road, 3 weeks they've not seen light before, and this shows how devilish, if I'm allowed to use that word, that our politicians could be, and they don't really care about you. It's about me, myself, and I. That is it.
No, the
And
truth.
the reason also, sir, I think they carry their people along is because when they know they finish this their tenure, that is where they are going back to. And so they do not, the fear of their own people lynching them. And so they want to make sure they satisfy where they will retire to. And then they are not, hijacked or, thrown out. So they just want to make sure they please their, if not like they are willing, but they are doing it for themselves as well, to make sure that, oh, let me do for my people. So when I eventually go back home or retire home, these people will embrace them no matter what the world says of them.
No, in fact, there's always something called home. We're not saying that you will not be a little bit biased. God created us in that way. In fact, the same Bible that says you can't give the food of the children to the dog. There's element of discrimination. But when you do things, you must be very, very diplomatic and make sure you are sensitive to others. You don't take from others and rape your others of you and bring it to yours. If anybody has created a new institution in this community, who's going to ask him questions? There won't be protests in Isoko now. Oh, you don't need, but you don't carry what is in Isoko to your place. This is all about leadership. And because the guy was unpicked, I can say, go.
But when we talk about Ogwash Poly as well,
Yes.
Ogwash is very close to Asaba. These students have been crying, they've been wailing, they've been shouting, and nobody's even hearing them. The SUG president had to have a serious argument with the rector that their students, they will have to evacuate the school until
the security,
the institution or the governor or the security agencies are able to fish out these people or able to tackle this issue that is on ground.
Well
now,
done.
this shows as well how our leaders have neglected the people.
Princess, we don't have a governor. You said something when you said something right. That when you arrived at a state, you didn't see Oboriwori. Not that you want to see him in person, you want to see his impact. If, like you rightly said, look at Ogwachuku, look at Asaba, and this massive rape on our kids, in fact, there's Machete. I cannot share that image here. It's too barbaric. You understand? Don't forget we're broadcasting to the rest of the world. They're going to say, is this who we are? You understand? I couldn't share that image, And when you see that kind of stuff, and the governor is less than how many miles away, and nothing is done about it, it shows there's no governance. He's going to say, oh, I don't control police. You don't control local vigilante. You cannot go there. All you can do is carry something from that is already peaceful in one place and move it to your community. And that is your leadership. That's how you're going to please our people. In fact, it's dumb. See?
And this shows also that our kings and the high chiefs, I don't even know what they are doing. They should not be there. In a community where students cannot, yes. If it's to go to Asaba and collect money, they will go there.
Yeah.
But they are not able to do what they are supposed to do as high chiefs or as kings. It's really disheartening and heartbreaking as well.
No, in fact, in this difficult time, Princess, one will expect that our leaders will begin to think differently. But unfortunately, they are not. They are not thinking differently. And it's annoying. We want to see some little bit of changes. Look at the drama in Edo State now. And I'm sure it is so. We saw what happened in Imo State. You understand? Now, of course, at the end of the day, people will cry and they will forget and will go about their business. Look at our election. People cried, they've gone about business. We accepted it. But if now that you have even taken the power by force, because I can promise you that if there were a free and fair election, Oboriwori wouldn't have won that election. You understand? But Okowa wanted him, he has won. He's now our governor. But does it mean now you continue to rape us? Our children are dying. You are there, quiet. You carry, the only thing you can do is move an institution which is in a peaceful place to your place. You're constructing roads. You are a road master like your boss. I don't know, Princess. It's not my kind of governor. And the time will come where young people like you will begin to take your destinies into your hands and say, hey, this is not right. And I'm happy the women are doing something more than men. So that's why I see you guys doing more than what we guys can do this time. Women are actually standing up and saying the right thing, and I hope that we'll see more of it. What I would suggest is we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll see whether we'll be joined by the NSC people so that we can have a
TUC.
TUC. Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Are you tired of endless search for the perfect property? Look no further. Let SRTV Real Estate be your trusted partner in the journey to finding your dream home.
We can offer you a dream home in a serene environment and beautiful ambience, surrounded with modern nature. That's definitely what you crave for. Well, you asked for it, and here we have it. Why not live the best of your dreams by making do with time, space, and value? The smartest form of real estate investment is that which is done at the initial public offer.
Join the long list of satisfied clients who have chosen SRTV Real Estate for all their property needs. We pride ourselves in turning your dreams into homes.
Act today. Secure your slice of a palace, even on a flexible payment plan, and embark on a journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Your dream is valid, living in a place of fabulous wealth and great opportunities. Don't compromise the standards of living. Explore the world of vast opportunities by investing in SRTV Real Estate today. Superb location, habitable, accessible, attractive, and a secret to every smart investor. For your real estate, SRTV is trusted and reliable.
Contact us today with the number on the screen or
Email us at realestate@superiorradioandtelevision.com.
Welcome back, people. Yes, we at SRTV, we do all. And that's one of those products and services here at SRTV. If you're looking for a perfect location, a home to buy or to rent, give us a call. Anyway, this is the newspaper review on this Wake Up Nigeria, and with me here is the beautiful lady, Princess Kessie. She's all the way in Delta right now. And there's here the charming, the little queen, I call her little princess again, Mary in Asaba and in Abuja. We're still expecting our other baby, another princess. We're going to have a lot of princesses because we have a lot of beautiful women. So when you join us, when you connect SRTV, what you get is beauty. All right. We're hoping to join the guest from the TUC. We're hoping.
He's joining us already.
Okay. All right. Is he on the platform? Let me see.
So he's hooking up already.
Yes, okay. As soon as he joins us, we'll be bringing him in. The drama here is TUC apparently does not agree with NLC here on the nationwide strike. They have a good reason. I was thinking that the situation in the country deserves some serious attention, and the only way to do it is to call on the attention of the government. But maybe in their infinite wisdom, have seen something we don't see. So they'll be joining us shortly, and we'll be happy to run this drama and hear from them, from the TUC in particular. Hopefully by tomorrow when we do the news bulletin, the weekly bulletin, we might be able to have someone from NSC. But let's quickly talk to man when he joins us. Princess, before we hear from him, the country is in a dilemma. We are facing the worst economy of our time. I've never seen the pounds or the dollar risen like as it has happened within this short period of time. It's disturbing, and that affected the price of goods. Yet we are saying the TUC or and the NLC, they are still playing politics within themselves. What do you think about this? Where do we cry to if we cannot rely on the civil society, or which is bodies like the TUC and the NLC to fight for us here?
As regarding the labor, organized labor, as we call them, organized labor issues, I have for years consistently followed these people, covered labor as well. And it has always been like that for one reason I do not know. There's especially when we have Ajero and who again, this Ajero then version, and then the TUC, there's this always, tussle among the organized labor. Especially when the Labor Congress say we're embarking on a strike, we always often see TUC saying we are not going. They will go and have meetings with the said maybe government or another institution. We've agreed on this, so we can't go on a strike. We can't embark on a strike. And then we always see as well, the labor trying to, say that the strike is the only action that the government tend to understand. And so that is most time, that is how they used to pass the messages across to the government. But we've always seen that TUC would say they don't want to embark on a strike. And it becomes a case of, when your houses are not in order, who do you want to come and preach to? When you organize labor, you cannot even put yourselves together, and then you want to come out to tell another person what to do. A lot of Nigerians, especially young people, they've actually given up hope on labor, Nigerian Labor Congress. And they tell you, if it's the labor, forget them. Those ones will take money, forget. And so it's such a cliche that the Nigerian Labor Congress and the trade union cannot always come to a compromise. It has always been a case of, you can embark, we are not following you, we don't want to do that, this is our stand. It's quite shameful, and I'm even glad that Chukuma will be joining us in a bit to come and explain. Had wanted the head of information to join, but he just told me that they are having a serious, crucial meeting. They started by, no, he told me before then that he was going on that meeting 10, and it's the wrong time, maybe next time.
Yes.
But I would have wanted the head of information of the Nigerian Labor Congress to come and tell us why each time they are having this issue of disagreements within the organized labor.
It's disheartening, because when these kind of things happen, PUC and LSC are having differences. That is where you see DSS actually being able to threaten. You understand? Threaten, you cannot do this. Anything that happens, you are your own. It's like, see, protest is a legitimate right. It's our right. And it's a peaceful protest. We're not rioting. We're saying, hey, if you don't do this, this is the only power we have. The only way we can tell you we cannot do this is the only way we can do that. That's the only way we do so. And how can the two big bodies that would have been together to speak in one voice? And sometimes we don't understand the power of unity. I have said it again and again that the only thing human beings did well that threatens God is when we came together by the Tower of Babel and we spoke with one voice. That was why God gave us different languages. So division between TSC and LLC is only going to give the enemy, so-called enemy, who's going to, I'm just saying, I'm using it in the right context here, that their enemy at this time will be the DSS, who always threaten them, or the government who always threaten them that you can't do this. And once they are divided, then divide them and them. Probably give TUC some good amount of money. The government is good at doling up billions of naira. Maybe if TUC get one or NLC get one, they will say, wait, we're not interested in this. You can go your own way.
They just change their mind.
And we suffer, And I'm going to leave Princess in Edo. Edo, before we have our guest, we are waiting for
he actually said he's here, but I think he needs to start his cam. I can't see him.
Yes, if he's not here, if he's here, then I will see him of course, we all can see him. It's not yet here. If you just can just remind him that he should follow the link and join us. He has joined us before now, so he should know what to.
Yes, he has joined us before.
Let us see. Meanwhile, Edo Princess, what do you think about this division between TUC and LC, always fighting themselves? When one says let's go on strike, the other one will say no. When this kind of fight goes on, it's hardly in the interest of the people. Do you agree? Your audio again, no, Princess. Who dare touch your audio, Princess? Check it out. Yes. No. So I don't. We will only let you hear them if they want you to hear. So Princess will let us hear her.
Unmute it.
I know it's not on mute. It's quite on mute. It's good. There may be just some little technical issues. I was just trying to hear from Princess what she thinks about this, because if the organized labor remain united, if they can be united for once, they can strike with one mighty blow. The government will listen. We have one little challenge here. The challenge is not the government. Our enemy is not the government. Our enemy is not NLC. It's not TUC. Our enemy is hunger. There's hunger. There's starvation in the land. We are going through a lot. We need to
There's this
come.
thing I saw. There's this thing I saw that said Lagos to engage Mama Put to feed 1,500 people in each local government daily. And I was asking, so do they think that this is the best way? Why not use that money to boost the economy?
Which headline is that? Again, this is the thing. These are the toffee. I call it toffee ideology. Do you people know why it's called toffee? In our time, there's something where we're growing up. You guys were not born there. We ate something called goody goody. Goody goody is very it's like chocolate, but it's sweet. When we're growing up, there was goody goody. I know your time may be toffee. You guys eat a lot of. I don't know what you guys eat. You eat shawarma. Shawarma is even a little bit heavier. Something of your time. No, in our time we were eating goody goody, kuli. If you taste it, it's very sweet, but it doesn't solve our problem. It's not going to keep you away from hunger. You'll still be hungry if you eat it.
That's
You understand? Yes. When you take those sweets, does it make you eat well? You still remain hungry. It doesn't feed you. And that's exactly what you see with this Lagos State feeding people with that money. Why don't the Lagos State government think of creating jobs with it? Create one big establishment.
So why do they fancy wanting to always give the people money or give people food? Why not create job of employment for people? Or even put that money into agricultural sector, at least to help people out. I'm not saying you want to start feeding them and all that. Since you have money to feed them, they want to use the money to boost the economy of that state.
It's amazing, Anyway, we hope that our governors will learn to not to play politics with our lives, because what they're doing is, when you give us toffee, instead of giving us an opportunity to create jobs, you create jobs for us so that we can work and feed our children, then you are actually killing us. And it's time for Nigerians to begin to speak out on that kind of cheap, I call it cheap stunt.
Sir, can you see him? He said he's in.
Really? If he's in, then I would have added him already, man. And you will see him. He's not here.
Maybe it's network.
Yeah, can you give him another? Send him the link again, please. Send him the link again. Meanwhile, we come back to Princess in Edo. We were talking that what do you think about the division between the NLC and the TUC? Anytime there's always on two sides. One is on the fence, the other one is in the house. When the other one is in the house, the other one is in the fence. And so they don't. And I assume they are fighting for one simple goal, for the betterment of the ordinary Nigerians. Because I assume the organized labor is always there for us, the working people, the poor people. They speak for us. And if they are divided, how can their message make sense? What kind of impact can such a message make if they are divided always? Can we hear you now? See? Edo, they don't want us to hear you. You see, people in Edo are very powerful. They know we want to talk about the election. They want to silence us, so we will talk about the election. We stop talking about the election. We wanted to talk about TSC. Let us talk. There's a way we do these things. We give a peace to the gods. Let us talk. So that we can solve other problems other than the election problem. Anyway, Princess, let's see. Yes, we have Chukwudi is about to join us. I can see him for once now, but his picture is not there. So we're expecting that he will be able to join us now that at least he has appeared on the platform. Are you there, Princess? Yes, Chukwudi is right here. Yes, Chukwudi is right here. Though Chukwudi, you're on mute though, so I'll add you to the stage. But if you can unmute I can unmute you here as well anyway. If you can unmute your stuff, good. We're going to ask Chukwudi. Chukwudi, fine boy. Long time. It's good man. Fine. Okay, guys. I get it. We've met so many times on this platform. How are you?
Thank you.
It's like when we don't have Princess, we don't have you. It's not fair. Anyway. You're welcome. Today again, we have a challenge, my brother. You and the organized labor, you people don't seem to be working together. What is going on? Let us talk about the division between the TUC and the NSC first. Why all this? Do we need this?
I don't know where that is coming from. The organized labor is working together to the best of my knowledge.
But from what we read,
so maybe you give a background to what you're saying.
Yes, NLC saying they want to go on strike. PUC saying no, we don't want to strike. There's a divided house already.
No. You see, the issues NLC is taking the collective agreement. If you look at the last statement by both organizations, they gave the 14 days ultimatum to government together. So you cannot say when you start the process, you now get halfway and want to pull out. The fact that Nigerians are going through hard times in public domain. In fact, everybody is feeling it, and we cannot say the less.
So we assume that the organized labor, you are won in this battle for us, so that we can move on. I assume that the NLC.
No, we are won. We are won. If I can share the statement that was issued by both labor centers on the ultimatum. It was a collective thing signed by both presidents. So we are one in this struggle. Anybody who is saying otherwise, if they are saying there's a new development, maybe they are saying that action time is earlier than they anticipated. That will be a secondary issue. But fundamentally, we have been together because the issues are common. The issues of the trade union centers, the issues of Nigerians are common. So it's not something you need anybody to tell you about. Yes. It's on the faces of Nigerians. It's on the streets in the Nigeria.
Thank you,
so
Chukwuma.
These are fundamental issues.
Yes, I'm just going to go straight to the point now. Yes, Chukwuma, we have a challenge. The economy is dying. We are in problem. Nigeria is dying. What is the immediate stand you people plan to take to let the government wake up? We are in problem. In fact, the ordinary man is suffering. The government, the big boys are comfortable. I said, we have only two people in Nigeria, the rich and the poor. The rich are okay. The poor are dying. That is where you come in. And that's why we rely on you, the organized labor. What immediate stand? What is the stand as of today? What should we expect from you?
Unfortunately, we don't have the structures of government to implement executive decisions and policies so that it would immediately impact the lives of Nigerians. But what we can do from our own standpoint as the organized labor is to mobilize our workers who are also going through these excruciating pains. If you watch, worker salary are yet to be increased. The minimum wage committee was just set up recently, and they are still going, having the discussions. So the fact that our workers are going through the worst of times, and the Nigerians generally, because all the Nigerian workers recall that we have a very high unemployment rate, which tells you that the few people that are employed have a large number of dependents. And when you look at the meager salaries, it means that one way or the other, you are encouraging people to pilfer into any resources that is around them, which encourages corruption. And this is what the organized labor is saying, that we should project a workforce that its welfare is commensurate with the service we bring to the table. We create wealth, but unfortunately, the workers do not go back home with enough resources to take them home. So these are the issues fundamentally. Practically, we have said, yes, come 27th and the 28th of February, we'll go out to the streets, just like Nigerians who have initiated the process. This protest is organic. It is derived from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights from the United Nations, and the freedom of association, freedom of assembly, freedom of expression. These are global issues. They are not, Nigeria is not an isolated country. So these are issues that are fundamental. At any point in time when you are aggrieved, the global ideology for people's voice to be heard says that people can come out and express themselves, so that if the government has not had that position in the past, they can also accommodate it in their plan for strategic implementation. So these are the issues, and that is what the organized labor is proposing on the 27th and 28th. We are saying that we are coming out to tell our leaders that we have waited enough for them to implement an agreement that was reached on October 2nd. After subsidy was removed haphazardly, if I may use that word, without taking into cognizance the plight and impact it would give the society. And today we are seeing it in a very, very brutal version. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, you put it in the perfect perspective for me. You know, I'm happy you guys realize this and you're doing something about it. And the action is clear. But my only challenge is, what are you really asking the government to do for us now? Because if we are still asking, if you made a demand from 2 months ago, say maybe you ask for increment of salary to be 100,000. Today, that 100,000 cannot even solve the challenge of today, because the dollar and the pounds have risen so much that money can hardly solve any workers' challenge today. So, as you people reverse your demand, or you still making the same demand based, let me be specific, on the minimum wage, have you people make any reverse on that, or we are still asking government to pay 120,000 or 300,000? I don't know. Whatever you guys ask for them.
So if you recall the last statement the Comrade President, Comrade Joe Ajaero made, he said workers should be paid 1 million naira. That if even 1 million naira will not take them home, because when you go to the market, you find out that the cost of things have skyrocketed, like you said. And these are the workers who bring the resources, who create wealth. And if that will be the standpoint of negotiation, I think is a healthy path to negotiate from, because he also juxtaposed the Nigerian worker with those in the National Assembly who go home with several millions and they do little. But the man who works who have put in over 20, 30 years of his life in the struggle to ensure that productivity is enhanced in Nigeria, he goes home with as little as 30,000, 35,000, the wage award that is even yet to be paid. So these are issues that we are saying, that the Nigerian worker must get something commensurate for him to take home to his family. Any man who works and does not take anything commensurate back home will be seen like somebody who is not man enough to take care of his responsibilities at home. And we don't want
Chukuma, well done. I don't know if you can hear me or it's network.
We can hear you, Princess.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so you were telling us, contrary to reports or what we gathered, that ahead of that protest, we will be seeing the organized labor coming together, talking about Nigerian Labor Congress, until you see other organized labor, other congresses coming together and coming as one, is what you're telling us. That everybody has agreed to this protest.
If you recall, I might not have an update from the side of TUC. I work with the Nigerian Labor Congress. I might not know if anything has changed in the last 24 hours or 48 hours. But what I can assure you is that the document that proposed the 40 days ultimatum to the federal government was endorsed by these two organizations. And it is premised on that foundation that the Nigeria Labour Congress is saying that 14 days ultimatum would elapse on the 22nd of February. And therefrom, we'll embark on the protest on the 27th and 28th. And thereafter, we will now issue a 7 days notice for an indefinite strike. These are the issues. These are fundamental. And for them to have endorsed that document, that's why I can assure you, facts speaks for themselves. And recall that we live in a society where propaganda thrives, and the government can do that to give a semblance of disunity in the system. The trade union and organized labor is one of the most united forces amidst all the challenges and clogs that is being thrown in the wheel of progress. But I can assure you that it will not deter the commitment of the workers.
No, I agree with Chukwuma, because at the end of the day, trade union and the organized labor, they're fighting one cause. And if there's going to be disagreement in how they should be done, they should handle it internally. Because the government will take advantage of that and try to say, oh, look at them, they are disorganized. No, they want this. Because they're already putting 1 billion on the table for discussion. We'll come to that as we go on. But I think what you have done for us today is letting us know that on the 27th and 28th, there's going to be a nationwide protest on the hardship we're going through. And one of the demands, which is fundamental, is the salaries of our workers. We cannot expect a decent human being going to work and you say you pay him 50,000 in this economy.
No, 30,000. You are exaggerating it. 30,000, not 50.
Can you imagine? And you give some of them gun. And then, the people in the Senate, they're earning more than our MPs here. Nigerian senators earn more than the MPs we have in the UK. With all the fleets of cars, I don't see anybody driving somebody here. In the UK, if you're an MP, you drive yourself. You take public transport to work, to Westminster. But our minister, look at our senators. And worst of all, they don't use our own made cars. Our lawmakers don't use our made cars. They import the cars.
Yes.
And these same people cannot pay 1 million naira salary. No, organized labor, please. In fact, if I have a way to address your body, I'll be begging them to go on indefinite strike until this government wake up. The only people that can take us on this strike genuinely is organized labor. We need it more than yesterday, and we need it. It's so important. And this is just the simple reason. You look at some people earning this amount of money. They should maybe they should explain to us why they are using foreign cars, why they earning so much, and yet the ordinary workers are now their slaves. 30,000 naira. Who does that? Again, 30,000 naira today is less than 15 pounds.
Yes.
15 pounds won't buy me water. It won't buy me water in England for a month. Water. It will pay for my water. In fact, if I buy water, Princess will be here. How much will 15 pounds in water be? Unless you pay a human being. No.
Anyway, Chukwuma, we do hope that I'm aware that the organized labor, they are on a meeting now, official meeting at that. And so we do hope that whatever happens, their resolve will be that of the common man. And whatever happens, by the end of the day, we won't see any changes. We are used to the organized labor at the end or at the point of Nigerians clamoring, we go on a strike, they come out to say something else. But we do hope sincerely that this time around, we are going to see something different. And of course, I think Nigerian workers are already clamoring as well, because this is something that has to do with them even more than the organized labor put together. So I do hope that on that 27th and 8th,
let me clarify. Let me just clarify this point. The fact that Nigeria, the organized labor, go on strike is a last resort. Nobody wants to ground the production of a country. Our productivity is what makes every worker proud of himself. Whenever you sit at your home and you watch yourself being productive in what you do, you are very happy. That we want to ground the economy for 1 day or 2 days, the organized labor is paid, because it is not in our intention. It is only as a last resort, and we don't want to do it for too long, because we want our productivity to stimulate the economy. So the negotiation table is dynamic. Whenever we get something that looks as if it will give us hope, we'll call back the strike, because the ultimate purpose is not to ground the economy, because we must have something to project to posterity. That is what we are saying. We are not. That is the disconnect between the Nigerian masses and the practical approach to getting things done the right way.
Yes, Chikuma, I hear that, and that is a very good thing. We do know that it's not your intention to go on strike, but there should be a bar. There should be an acceptable level to say this is what we got. It's not one behind it. You promise us behind and nothing is happening, and then we call us strike. You understand? If we say,
unfortunately, that's the trajectory of our leaders.
I know.
But we will continue to use our tool. Like I said initially, we don't have the executive powers to implement policies. The only tool we have is what we can do, and we are not doing it at the expense of the economy. The economy is beyond, it goes beyond each administration. Buhari's tenure has ended. We are with Tinubu today. The economy is still there for us, and it is even getting worse. So our intention is to ensure we strike a balance between trying to achieve what we want to achieve and raise a bar, like you have said, which is this agreement that we have entered into with these leaders. Unfortunately, they enter into an agreement consciously, and then unconsciously they don't implement it.
But to be fair, Chukuma, if you have the record, if you have the report, please could you tell us the last agreement the organized labor had with the government, and the kind of roadmap which government has failed? Because if we understand it, then we, even the public, want to know, okay, this is what they agreed. Did the government even agree to pay 50,000? Let's say, because
for instance, let us for instance, let us come from you see, what has thrown up all these issues is this removal of subsidy from petroleum products, especially premium motor spirit, PMS. And there was what we call the October 2 agreement, which was entered into, and the government talked about CNG interventions, which will ensure that we have compressed natural gas as an alternative, so that you have alternatives to what you can use to fuel your car, and which your CNG is cheaper. But till date, I live on the airport road in Abuja, which is one of the most plied areas in Abuja. I doubt if there is any CNG facility there. And the last we heard about it was when the Senate chairman on petroleum, Senator Jerry Agbe, was asking for accountability of over 170 billion that was expended. And they are requesting for another 100 billion. So where are these monies? Where are the monies that came out from subsidy removal? Why have they not been channeled into cushioning this effect? So these are the issues. This is what the organized labor has advocated for. We have agreed that the CNGs will be rolled out, but government is consciously not implementing it, because the resources have been expended without the commensurate impact in the society. That is what we are saying, my brother.
Yes, you're right. And it's a shame, because Chukuma, there should be no excuse from the government. Removing subsidy, there's more money coming to their wallet, so they're no more paying that money out. So they have enough money. Yes. What they've done is they now added more money to what goes to the states. Was that why we had the subsidy, so that we can have money in the state for the state governors to spend? This is disheartening. The essence of taking it out is so that we can use it to solve other problems that are more important, and that people who can afford fuel can afford, but we don't see it. And perhaps that is one of the areas, again, all we're going to do, we know that you don't have the executive power, but at least to raise those issues with the government. Raise it, and if need be, cripple the economy for it, because it's the only language they understand. If we don't, we might want to, let me put it this way, Chukuma. Chukuma, I believe in sacrifice a lot. Let me bring Princess back. I believe in sacrifice. What happened is God himself have to die so that there will be salvation for those of us who are Christians. Jesus have to die. There's no, if there was no need for sacrifice, Jesus didn't need to die. But there's need for sacrifice. So we all need to sacrifice for this country to move forward. If that means we crippling the economy until the government listens, we're gonna do it. Without the due sacrifice, things are not going to change. No, let's follow. I'm a Christian. Jesus have to die for 3 days, 3 good days before he woke up. Why did he have to die? Is he not God? He could have said, "I'm going to die," but he has to die. So we all have to agree that if this government does not understand civil languages, then the next one will give to them. We need to cripple the economy. They need to listen to us because we are dying. Nigerians are dying. How do you expect people to feel in this kind of economic climate? Sometimes I'm outside. I don't know how you guys survive. It's scary. And the implication is I'm afraid to come home because there are a lot of hungry men on the street. They're not going to be they're not going to smile
Very
on you.
hungry people. Very hungry people.
And you think they're gonna it's the right of every human being to survive. They will do anything humanly possible to survive.
Yes.
If it involves attacking you, that's their right. And that's how God created the world. I won't sit down and die. If I see food on that table, I'm gonna take it. You understand? So
And we've gotten to that point already.
so I think it's time when we are at a stage where people are dying, we cannot take the government on hold them to accountable. What we're actually saying is hold them accountable.
No, what you see the organized labor works with its organs, and it is not a one-man show. You see, most times they come, you talk about the Congress president. The Congress president is a servant of these organs. He's the person who projects what his members are saying, coming from the NEC meeting and from other organ meetings. So it is not an individual proposal. It is a collective proposal, and this collective proposal would be proposed by the workers themselves and their representative at the state levels, at the affiliate levels, so that once we come to that point that we agree as workers that this system should be ground. And that is why, if you look at the statement we released earlier, it talks about an indefinite strike if nothing is done till the 2nd of March. If nothing is done from the 2nd of March. So that indefinite strike, like I said initially, it is not our ultimate intention. That is when we are being pushed to the wall.
But Chukuma, you did say there's something the federal government is supposed to have, agreed upon what you discussed. That was October, and then up till now, nothing has been done. Am I correct? So what's the point of even going on the meetings? If there was an agreement and the agreement was not kept, we go straight away to a strike. So we are not supposed to come and be having meetings again, and then the government comes and start promising, okay, give us till maybe August again, and then we keep moving. If they fail, they fail, and then you are supposed to actually take your action. We are not saying, get me correctly, we are not saying indefinite strike. We are saying just strike for 1 or 2 days for for them to even understand that, okay, these people are not even here to joke with us. For me,
yeah, we've given a date, 2nd of March.
Okay.
Yeah, they have said we are going on strike on 2nd of March if these issues are not met along the line of the standards we have agreed with government. So what we are saying in essence is this: government, when it comes to this time when they hear of protest and strike, they start doing this window dressing as if they want to implement the policies. And at that point in time, because like I said, the ultimate intention is not to down tools. We would always want to listen and go back to the negotiation table. And the negotiation table is full of dynamics, give and take. And for us, the ultimate goal is to ensure that workers go home with something commensurate for them, and in extension, the Nigerian populace. So these are the issues. And that is why we are conscious of all of the decisions we take. And like I said initially, it's not a one-man decision. It is a decision of workers conscious of what they are saying.
Well, Chukwuma, thank you so much for that clarification and, of course, for the update as regarding the strike as well. We do hope that in days from now we see the outcome, and we do hope that Nigerians will be relieved to an extent. Because when we see you people, we have this kind of mind that everything is going to be all right eventually. And so we hope that everything goes as planned. And we hope that the government also, this will be a learning to them. Maybe just what you said, we won't have to get to a strike point where they have to take, decisions or do what they have supposed to have done speedily, so that we don't even get to that, point. But if need be, we have to go there as well. Thank you so much for being on the show. We'll always bring you here, of course, for updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Chukwuma.
Thank you for having me.
You thrown light and you calm my mind. This scenario is like the husband and wife at home. When there is you give and take. Sometimes the wife is saying this, you have to listen, all right, so that there will be peace. And sometimes you have to buy her some flowers so there will be peace. So this is how we have to do. The government sometimes buy you guys some flowers, they negotiate, they flirt, so that there will be peace. And I can understand that. And your aim is not really to destroy the home. The aim of the wife is never to destroy the home. She just wants to a home back, and that is what sometimes the husband don't listen, she has to do everything so the man will listen. And exactly that is what where we find ourselves, and we appreciate what you're doing. What we're saying is,
thank you so much.
Please, we just understand the weight of the show that is on you. In fact, the weight we all the nation were relying on you. If you see, you have our collective yes to do things. Individually we cannot, but as organized people, which you now organize labor, you can do a lot. Do not look onto our weaknesses or the weaknesses of the government, but look at the future of Nigeria and make the right decision for us. That is very important. I'm happy you're not intending to run the economy, but you don't want the Nigerians to die. So it's a team balance, and it has to be done. Sometimes difficult decisions, it has to be made. And I'm happy you guys are doing that. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes. So that will be the place where we'll wrap up the show today. And it's been an eventful day, right from Edo State down to what is happening in Delta and the current scenario with the federal government trying to create the South-South Commission. For me, it's a divided, it's a very issue about Nigeria. When one say yes, the other one say no. We find a balance. Otherwise, I don't see the Southwest as a deprived area. Why do we set up a special commission? What are you developing there? And the Lagos economy alone, I would say that anyway, Lagos, even the governor of Lagos State was on an international platform to confess that the economy of Lagos State alone is bigger than that of Kenya.
On Sky News.
Thank you. Bigger than Kenya. So that's to tell you what we have. And you say we want a development commission for them where some part of the country are dying. If we don't solve the problem in the north, if the young people in the north, if there's no school for them, if they don't go to school, insecurity will remain a self-fulfilling prophecy for us. We need to address it as a nation. We must not say because the Yoruba are this, the Igbos are this. The problem we have now have nothing to do with tribal. The Igbo man is suffering, the Yoruba man is suffering, the Christian is suffering, Muslim is suffering. So if you like, use that one to play your politics. Nigeria will need to move forward. And I think it's very important. Organized labor, they are helping us and they're going to do their best. But we as a people, we have to think well too. And when we see certain decisions, organized labor wouldn't want to come into this. But it's quite unfair that the place that is so already grown, we're talking about that. The only seaport in the country is in the Southwest. The international airport, now we have one in Abuja, is still there. The commercial activity is in the Southwest. You developing Southwest again for what? Are they hungry? Look at the north, the middle belt north. I don't see them. Sometimes we think they have power, but there's massive poverty there. There's massive poverty. Those politicians need to be taught a lesson. The governors of those northern areas, we need to sit them down and see how they can help us to solve the problem of their people so they won't start kidnapping us. Because when young people in that area get up, they're not going to kill them. They come and kidnap people somewhere else. Abuja is now unsafe. And if it continue, any part of the country that is deprived, the result will be insecurity. So the part, I don't think we have so much Yoruba people kidnapping us. Let us solve the problem of those northerners, those ones who are not in school. They need to go to school, and the children you need to leave people out of poverty. And what Chukwuma has done, what the labor organization is saying is, government, if you take us out, people out of poverty, security will be better. You can't force people to be, you can't force a society to be secure. One of the things that secure society is rich economy. The economy and the wealth is evenly distributed. Find out that people will be happy, they'll go about their lives. Nobody really wants to go and kidnap people on the street. And with some of them are from untrained home. But 90% of our insecurity is coming from the gap between the rich and the poor. Some people are left behind. We need to carry them behind. And this is not the time to be putting money in the hands on the pocket of those who are already doing well. That's what my thought anyway, because I'm an equity person and I believe in an egalitarian society where we all can live. If some people have enough, some don't have, that's a recipe for disaster. I don't know whether I can close the show on that note today. I can see my ladies here are not smiling, so I'm going to leave them to close the show. Princess in Edo State, I know Princess Delta has done her own piece. Anything? Do we have any more news from Edo before we close the show, ma'am?
I don't know if my sound is up now.
No, we can hear you well now. We can hear you now.
Okay. We just got some reports from the APC primary. Senator Monday from Okpevolo from Edo Central is taking the lead, and they will soon be done with the accounting. So, from all indications, he probably is going to win the primary.
So, no more Idahosa.
You can't be too sure now. Let's just watch.
No, this is quite interesting. Edo people, they have to, the way they Edo the thing. May God help us. So the whole your mandate shall start this. All right.
The thing they've changed it though. The counting is they're still counting though, but they're almost through. I'll check on them again.
Okay.
But as at the last time, they were almost through, and Senator Monday has taken a far lead, very far lead.
And this Senator Monday, is it anyway, we're not very familiar with all the candidates yet, but maybe you could tell us who are these candidates before we close the show. Between I know we had the Daos and the Young. Okay, from Edo
It's from Edo South. Yeah, Daosa is from Edo South.
Okay, they are both from Edo South.
Monday, Senator Monday is from Edo Central.
Okay.
Then the other person, Zachary Danko, is from Edo North. So, but right now, Edo Central is taking the lead.
Do you people have zoning like we have in Delta? We have the Edo Central. I'm happy having Edo Central, Edo South, and this. The governor has been from the Benin area. Where is it? Benin is from where? As you will say it. Is it Edo?
Edo South.
Edo South. And the person leading now is still Edo South?
Edo Central.
Okay, that makes a little bit of sense because it's about my people. But we share the things more. I mean, we don't look for the best. We just look for who can.
There was no zoning. There was no zoning, and so anybody could have gotten a ticket. But looking at the PDP primary yesterday, with Edo Central winning, I think the best card for APC will probably be to bring Fielding and Edo Central person, so that you can match what
you can match it. Otherwise, it makes sense. Makes sense. Anyway, that will be a good place to wrap the show. We'll keep updating the public on the current situation. Thank you, Chukwuma, for joining us. We're gonna need you from time to time, sir. You help to cool the tension. You know, some of us sometimes we speculate and it's not evident. And when you talk like this, things are put in perspective. Talk like this at your service. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we wrap the show today. It is Wake Up Nigeria, and today is a wonderful day where we have the opportunity to broadcast from London, and we have from Benin, Edo State, Abuja, and all the way from Delta. And there's Chukwuma from the Labour Congress joining us to put light on what the position of the Labour and how they are helping us to actually talk to the government to save us, because other than government, other than God, the next person is government. So we realize that. So we're begging the government to help us, and there is labor negotiating for us. We cannot be more happier. We're in a youth time, and I still think we should give peace a chance. The only country we have is still Nigeria. What we need is to kick out the bad guys and keep Nigeria. Nigeria is good. It's the evil people we need to tell to stop evil or kick them out of the system, so that we can find a path for ourselves and our children. That's where I drop the show today. Thank you very much for joining. Until tomorrow, where we'll talk about the newspaper bulletin. Goodbye.